mic on? Can everybody hear me? Excellent, excellent. Well, it appears to be that time. So I'd like to take a moment to welcome everybody to the July 11th regularly scheduled council meeting. Welcome. It's nice and warm out. Good to have a crowd. At this time, Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Here.
Mr. Anderson?
Here.
Ms. Killian?
Here.
Ms. Quetch?
Here.
And Mayor Webb.
Here. I'd like to ask Vice Mayor Quetch to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Quetch. And it's nice tonight we have the pleasure of having Mr. Tyler Vinsel, the Abingdon Community Pastor for Highlands Fellowship Church, to lead us in prayer. Welcome, Tyler. Welcome back.
It is very nice to be here. All right, let's bow our heads. God, we pause at this moment to come before you to praise and honor you for all that you've done, all that you are. And God, nothing that we have is not from you. So, God, we just ask that as we enter into the session tonight that you would be in the decision making, that you would be with the council as they think about and move forward with the progress of our community and how vital this government is to the function of our community. And we're so thankful for each and every one of them, and anyone who's coming before you tonight, God, that as they present and as their hearts are for the growth of the community, that you would just again be with them, empower them, and we're so very grateful to live in this wonderful community that you've given us, and we thank you so much for all that you're doing within it, and it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Thanks for coming back. Temporarily. All right. Council, at this time, if you guys are okay with the way the agenda's lined up, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Vice Mayor Quetch. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Anderson. Any discussion, council? Hearing none, Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Killian?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Webb.
Aye. And that brings us to public comments. We do have someone signed up tonight. So as you approach the council, if you'll please state your name and your address. And of course, we do abide by the 3-minute time rule per person. We have J.W. Hornsby. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, J.W. Hornsby. For the last 12 years, I've been the chairman of Plum Alley Day for the Kiwanis Club, and it's been a real pleasure to work with the town to help bring a festival that's been our 40th year this year, so it's become a real destination event. And so, especially this year, I wanted, we had 2 years canceled by COVID, and so there was lots of pent-up demand and kind of palpable anticipation for this year's festival. And I just wanted to sort of, number one, just publicly kind of, thank the town, but a couple of people I wanted to, especially mention. Tanya Triplett did a great job. This year we had some challenges with the event supplies no longer available, and that caused us a lot of angst, and I had to go to Johnson City, get a stage and put it together. Just lots of things happened. But she turned lemons into lemonade in many ways. And the town gave us a $2,000 grant, which was a really big help in trying to help bridge the gap in some of those areas that we needed to plug this year. And in particular, Lieutenant Holbrook has been great. We've worked with him for a while, and he opened up Court Street to, closed Court Street to traffic where it had been opened in the past. And I think that, especially when we get the courthouse lot back, that will really make it safer and better for everybody. So just wanted to thank the folks for that. And I just wanted to give some results for this year. This was our 40th year, as I said. This has it was the biggest year. We weren't sure, but it was the largest amount we've made in 40 years.
Nice.
We netted $21,000, which normally we would make around 12 to 15. So that every nickel we raise is gonna turn right back around to kids groups in our area, and the largest ones include the summer reading program at the library. We fund virtually that whole thing. And there's a group out of E.B. Stanley and Abingdon High School called the TSA, Technology Students Association. They just returned 23 kids from the national convention. They dominate the state convention. They rule over the Richmond, Northern Virginia Tidewater folks that done a great job over there. Mrs. Gross, Charlene Gross, has done a wonderful job with that group. So we give them money for their travels for the national convention, and also the Little League, Abingdon Little League, and there's dozens of other groups that we work with, and all of it. And this year especially, the town played a big role in that. So just wanted to publicly say that and thank all of the town's support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations, by the way. That's awesome. All right. That's the only public comment we have signed up. So that brings us to the approval of the minutes. Council, if there's no changes that you guys have recommended or found, I can take up the June 13th, 2022 and the June 23rd, 2022 mid-monthly meeting at the same time. If so, desired.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for June 13th and June 23rd.
Motion by Mr. Owens to approve both the June 13th and 23rd. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Pillion. Any discussion, council? Hearing none. Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Billion?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Webb.
Aye. We don't have any proclamations tonight, but we do have a public hearing. Have a public hearing to solicit public input on local community development and housing needs in relation to Community Development Block Grant CDBG funding for a potential project in our community. Cam, do we have someone coming up to present?
I bet it's
or-
Ms. Tripler.
Tanya, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Come on down.
This public hearing is just to inform you guys and the public what the Virginia Department of Housing and Community Development does, which is provide funding to local governments to address critical community development needs, including housing, infrastructure, and economic development. They assist local governments in improving neighborhoods and other areas through comprehensive community development programs. They assist local governments in increasing business and employment opportunities through economic development programs and improving housing conditions. They also have programs to improve the availability and adequacy of water and sewer. And lastly, they assist local governments in improving the availability of community service facilities, which can include daycare, dental clinics, health care, and community centers. They have approximately $17 million available in this budget year, and it is a competitive funding statewide, so we are going to probably apply for some of those monies. Some examples of past projects that we just finished up on June the 15th was a $400,000 COVID grant where we paid locally owned restaurants $12 a meal to take meals to Faith in Action. So we had $336,000 that went directly to small businesses. We had $40,000 in admin fees that went to the town of Abingdon, Mount Rogers Planning District, and the Economic Development Authority of Abingdon. And we had about $25,000 in equipment that was given to Faith in Action so that they can carry on the services that they provide. Do you have any questions?
So the
Questions,
public
please?
hearing is the requirement of the grant process is why we're having a public
It is.
hearing?
Okay.
It is a requirement to start
grant process.
the application
Okay.
process.
All right. Well, Tanya, I've heard nothing but good things about that $400,000 grant. That certainly was a thing that we needed at the time, and those restaurants needed at the time too. And what a great service for the communities. So
It was
thank
a
you.
blessing and an honor
That's
to work
it.
on that,
Absolutely.
project.
And thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you all.
Absolutely. We
That's
look
what I was
forward
gonna
to-
say too. I done something for Dr. Miller, a dentist, a couple weeks back. Tanya got some information for me on the town of Abingdon as well. I thought it went very well, but I couldn't have done it by myself without Tanya, so I just want to give a big shout out to Tanya. I want to tell Tanya, thank you for everything you've done for me and everything you do for the town of Abingdon. You are a vital part of the town of Abingdon, and thank you for everything that you did.
Thank you all for your
Well
time.
spoken.
Agreed.
Thank you. And thank you all, council, for those beautiful words. She's very deserving. Down to the nitty-gritty, it is a public hearing, so I do have to open the public hearing, and if anybody would like to come up and speak, they certainly are welcome to do so. Second call. Anybody would like to speak? If there is no one, we'll close the public hearing. All right. Tonight, we don't have any resolutions. We don't have any first or second reading of ordinances. Don't have any consideration of bids. We do have some new business. We have a presentation that we've all been waiting for from the Virginia Highlands Festival. It looks like we've got a couple of different members, including Ryan Henderson. Is Ryan here?
No, he's
Okay,
not.
that's okay, that's okay. And then Deidre Cole, come on up, yeah. And anyone else who would like to join her, come on up.
Bashful back there.
Well, we're very excited to hear from you, welcome.
Thank you so much. So I'm Deirdre Cole, the executive producer of the Highlands Festival. We are at our 73rd year. We have a wonderful magazine that we have brought back. If we didn't have the support of the town of Abingdon, these things wouldn't be possible. This is going to be the Tanya triplet show, clearly, because without Tanya, these things wouldn't be happening. It's her camaraderie, her team spirit. We have been able to partner with the town on Blue Ridge Country advertisement, and these partnerships, they broaden our scope, not just for the festival, but for the town. And to have that partnership with her and the town is irreplaceable, and wouldn't make it possible. So we want to thank you. That's why we're here, just to express our gratitude. And also our gratitude for the community, for anyone who's here. We brought Highlanders with us tonight, so we can put them there on the table for anyone to pick up. I'd like to introduce Kristen Baker, our youth chair, who's sitting back here, and Shanna Carrico, our finance manager. Without our board, we have a renewed spirit on our board where we're really trying to engage with new people in the community, but also still value our traditional board members that have been with us for decades. So without them, we wouldn't have the history. So we have one step moving forward and carrying our history with us. We have a wonderful ribbon cutting ceremony at both Antiques and Juried Arts and Crafts this year that we would like to invite the council to. Anybody would like to speak? Mr. Webb, would you like to speak?
That would be
at our
fantastic.
ribbon cutting?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd like to invite anyone to that, because I feel like that the pageantry of what the festival has meant is important, and trying to bring that back. And the spirit, it's difficult since we're not in one place anymore. We're spread out everywhere, but we are putting forth our best effort to bring back that spirit. We're also having a big call for volunteers to engage with our community. And we had a wonderful logistics meeting. I mean, it's not just you all, it's not just Tanya, it's the police department, the fire department, just problem solving with us on simple things as trash. And the communal environment, rather than everything that we can't do, it's everything that we can do. And that attitude and that spirit moving forward is what we all need. Our president could not be here this evening, so he wrote a letter and asked me to read it to you. He was very disappointed he couldn't be here. His name is Ryan Henderson. He says, "Good evening, council members. I apologize that I'm not able to thank you in person for your incredible support of the Virginia Highlands Festival. Very likely at this moment, I'm speaking to members of the Norton City School Board about the work of the United Way of Southwest Virginia. And though the conversation in Norton is specific to the role positive relationships have in building a strong school community, I am convinced positive relationships are the key ingredient to strengthening any community. That is why the board of the Virginia Highlands Festival has focused our efforts on creating strong partnerships within the town and region. We are grateful to count the town of Abingdon as one such partner. The support from the town has enabled us to work towards a festival experience that is accessible to all who choose to participate. With 75% of our programming being free, we can offer audiences an opportunity to build and strengthen their relationship with our community through enriching experiences. This will connect and endeavor them to everything our town has to offer. Without the town council valuing the same kind of investment, we would not be able to do this kind of work. Thank you all for your continued support and relationship. Sincerely, Ryan Henderson. And I don't think I could say anything else past that. Just thank you so much. Please come out and join us for the festival, and we'll put these Highlanders back here for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
Hey, one quick question, man.
Sure.
What's the reason why it had split and went, half of it went to the community college and, you know, remember the festival used to be downtown Abingdon. Why did that, what, do you know why that?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. That actually is a great question for these guys, but we
Yeah.
may want to address that after the meeting.
Gotcha.
Just to make
Yes,
sure,
sir. Yes, sir.
just make sure they have time to
Yes, sir.
formulate a response.
Yes, sir.
But I think we just want to have a little more conversation, all positive. But we may have some questions for you just to see if we can't perhaps give even more support. So, yeah, thank you guys again for coming out. Yeah. All right. We don't have any old business tonight. And then we have some miscellaneous business and communications from the town manager. You didn't realize it though, did you, Mike?
Oh, yeah, no, he's here. Yeah,
Check it,
yeah.
I'm teasing.
Yeah.
So we've got a wastewater operations report, and Mr. Sullivan has been so kind to join us from Woodard and Correct. And I see Chris as well, so come on up, fellas, and give us the good news.
Yeah, well, I could take a cue from Richard Rose, always asked who traveled the furthest to be here tonight.
That's it, Mr.
Straight
Sullivan.
from New Jersey?
That's it.
It's been a long day. I'll be quick, I promise.
Sure.
I don't want to take more time. I know how these meetings go. Everybody wants to get home and have dinner, and be with family, so. Real quick, I was back in February. We were 32 days in, I think, to our 5-year contract. Year one actually ended June 30th, so we would get on the town's fiscal year with the rest of our years here, so. Again, very quickly, I joined Woodard and Curran in October, spent the fourth quarter basically recruiting, trying to get existing staff to stay. I didn't do a very good job. We only had 4 people stay on from previous, so I was able to meet up with Chris, hired him, a couple other operators, and now we're at 14 people, and that's where we wanted to be. So now we've got a staff of 14. We're going to evaluate for the next couple of months and see how we do. If we need to add more, we'll have to talk with the town about that. But right now we're, at least personnel-wise, we're in a good position. We haven't had any. I'll just go through these real quick. There's really not a lot. This is the crew we had on site the first day. That's January 1st. So even though only 4 people stayed, I had people in from Georgia, Tennessee, New Jersey, Florida, Missouri. We had our safety guy here the first week from Missouri. He did a full audit of the entire treatment plant. It was about 210 action items to improve the health and safety.
247, actually.
247 was it? And we're about 50% through, so we're on target. We haven't had any lost time, accidents, no compliance issues, no health and safety, no injuries or anything. So it goes a long way, making people conscious of working safely. We want everybody to go home the way they came in the morning. So it's just real quick. We actually have 3 people who were previous employees of the town came back after our contract started, and we've got 2 younger operators that are both Abingdon residents. So we got a couple of local people that work the plant, which is always a good thing. Like I said, we're going to keep the head count at 14 for now, evaluate for the next couple of months, and then decide if that's enough, too much, or maybe it's just right. I'm not sure. So just a few things. Like I said, we've been doing the monthly reporting. We had to actually start in January reporting for December. It was a bit of a hustle and search for Chris and I and a couple others to find documents and records from last year for some of the permit compliance reporting that we had to do. No issues with any violations or anything coming out the end of the plant. Everything has been within compliance. We switched over, I think there was probably, 10, 12 clipboards around the plant with
There's
people
probably-
writing down data.
There's probably 50.
Yeah, so we took all that and now it's all digital. It's all on a tablet. It's stored in the cloud and you can access it from a phone or computer. We've done, I don't know how many repairs, mechanical repairs. Almost every piece of equipment has been worked on or fixed. We did have a major issue with our SCADA system, which is the computer system that operates the entire treatment plant. We had a pretty bad failure back in April. We were able to scramble and get some support from the town and bring in some people from out of town. But the crew was at the site 24/7 for about 10 days. We had to staff it around the clock because we didn't have any way of dialing in or seeing if there was any problems or alarms or anything. So the crew did a real good job with that. It was basically an emergency coverage for 10 days or so. We did.
When we tried to arrange it to where our staffing, the town wouldn't accrue a lot of overtime,
Yeah.
a lot more expense, so we tried to arrange it to alleviate that too.
Yep, exactly. We did do an upgrade of the SCADA system, which was approved. We're about halfway through it, I think, with the supply chain issues. Some of the computer parts, we're not gonna get them until September or October. So we'll finish that up though this year. That was a major hurdle to get over to be able to do that. We had a couple of people come in and do an evaluation of the septage that we're receiving from haulers, various haulers in the area. And there's been some questions from some of them about receiving grease waste from restaurants and establishments like that. And it's still in the works. We don't want to accept any yet. It'll really upset the system. So it's something that's in the works, and I'll have a deliverable for the town on that. Hopefully in July, I'd like to get it out. And then we can sit and talk if it's something that the town wants to pursue. We're upgrading preventive and predictive maintenance program. Woodard and Curran has a software that we use company-wide for that, and we're changing right now, so we're kind of in a holding pattern. So once that's completed, we'll input all the data on the Wolf Creek equipment, and there'll be preventive, predictive maintenance. We've got a pretty robust system there, and we're helping with some of the I&I issues, infiltration and inflow from storms. The treatment plant normally does about 1.5 million gallons per day. During February, I think it was towards the end of February, we had a couple days where the flow meter pegs at 10 million gallons a day, and it was above that for quite some time. So there's some significant infiltration, especially during rain events where the plant, it's treating 3-4 times the normal amount of wastewater, and it's not good. It's kind of wasteful of energy and manpower, and it just creates some problems. So we're trying to help. There's a study going on right now. I believe it was Lane that was Lane Group is doing the study for the town, so we're helping them get through that. And we've made some improvements to the collection system, nothing earth-shattering. So just a couple of points. Some of the things I had. This is a slide that I had in February with some updates on there. All these things are either in the works or up and coming. So, like I said, the asset management, that's in progress. The SCADA upgrades in process. Reallocating some funds, we've been doing that. Preventive maintenance implementation, like I said, that's something that's in the works. All these things are just basically a status of where we're at, very loosely. And again, these are the goals. We want to be a long-term partner for the town of Abingdon. It's a great town. I like coming here. It's a long day of travel, but it's well worth it. It's a great place to be. We just want to be partners with the town and provide the service that you guys expect. That's all I got. I don't want to keep you guys longer. The dinner's waiting, so. If you guys have any questions, if you ever want to come down and meet up with Chris, I'm more than happy to give you the tour and
I'm
see the
going to do
place.
that. I told you I was.
Come right ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to say how refreshing getting these
Yeah.
reports monthly. I guess you put these together, Chris?
Yeah, we all do.
Yep.
It's a combination.
You know,
Our team,
this-
they're doing all this work, and we're trying to compile what we're doing. It's hard. It's really hard to do.
But it's refreshing to me to see that all this work is being done.
Mhm.
And printing it day by day by day like you have done and all the things that you all have accomplished, it keeps you all accountable.
Yeah.
Which we didn't have that before. So
Yeah.
I like having that.
And that's
So
what,
thank
you know, that's what I try to tell everybody too. I mean, you know, we wanna show what we're doing. We wanna have accountability. And, you don't always see it in here, but, you know, in our reports, I have all my, supervisors send me a report every week on what they're doing, operation, maintenance, IPP, and all that. And I said, the picture is always worth 1,000 words. So we got, you know, tons of pictures of what's been going on, what's been replaced, and what I've learned too, it's something good to look back on down the road when you think, oh, I'll remember that, but you don't always remember that as time goes on. But it's easy to reflect and look back. Oh, yeah, that's what we done then. This is where this is at. So hopefully this is going to be a long-term benefit, you know, for the plant and collection system and the town. Does anybody have any questions
Any
on
questions
this
for us?
report?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you guys for your
if
hard
you
work.
ever need
Appreciate
anything
you.
or have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me.
Absolutely.
anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank you
I
all.
can't say enough about having Chris here. You guys are, I was fortunate, he was finishing his career in Lebanon, and at the time I was looking to hire people down here, so we're very fortunate that Chris joined us. It's a huge difference.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
y'all.
Thank you very much. You
Thank
guys
you.
have a
Thanks,
great night.
guys.
too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Now go give us some money back. Spend some money on food, okay? Meals tax.
Oh, I am. I'm across the street. My parents are actually.
Oh, good.
Tavern,
Excellent.
see you at the tavern.
That's it. All right. Council, does anybody have any reports they'd like to share? Or I apologize, Mike, did you have something else? I'm sorry.
Just the diagram.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
I included with your packet over there, just a diagram of the street realignment we're doing real soon.
Yep.
With respect to some of the construction that's coming up. And basically, Court Street, we're gonna revert that over to a single lane, to a single direction, so that we can maintain some parking on there, because with the courthouse construction coming up. And basically, we had some concerns from the businesses that are along Court Street, coffee shop and whatnot. And so after reviewing this with staff and whatnot, this turns out to be pretty much an optimal solution, so we can maintain parking, because it's really hard to stop at a business if you have nowhere to park. And so this will be for the next year and a half, 2 years, however long that project takes. And talking with others, it appears that getting out at that intersection at the top of the hill isn't ideal anyway.
It's a
So that-
challenge,
yeah, so this may actually wind up being a real good solution for us.
Fantastic.
This will start real soon though. So.
Excellent. Council, did y'all have any questions for him about this diagram? I saw it earlier today, and it looks very good, and.
Thank
and
you
we're
for the
certainly-
diagram.
Yeah, we're very happy that you've been able to coordinate with the county, and we're working through some of those things. I know they need all the help they can get with the construction that is ensuing, so.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's, it looks pretty good to me,
Yeah,
right?
looks good to me.
Gotta keep those businesses happy. Thanks, Mike,
Yeah.
appreciate it. Anything else you wanna share with us? I apologize, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, no, you're good, you're
Yeah.
good, thank you.
Now that you've had a few weeks to settle in.
Oh, no, it's all good. No, I'm just meeting a lot of really nice people though, so
Good.
appreciate it.
Excellent, thank you. All right, council, not that I jumped the gun, but do we have any council member reports? Anybody have anything they want to share with the public? No? All right, we'll move on then. That brings us to appointments to boards and committees. We've got a few, and if you guys would like, we can go into closed session real quick and get these things sort of lined up before we come out and appoint people to boards and commissions. Is that okay? All right. I'd entertain a motion to go into closed session then.
I'll make a motion that we go into closed session pursuant to Code of Virginia 1950 as amended, Section 2.2-3711A1, for the purpose of considering applications for appointment for positions on Recreation Advisory Commission and Board of Building Code Appeals, Board of Zoning Appeals, District 3 Government Cooperative, and Sustain Abingdon.
All right, motion to go into closed session. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Anderson, motion by Mr. Owens. Any discussion, council? Hearing none, Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Pillion?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Witt?
Aye. All right, we'll be right back out. I was surprised.
She gave me something. I got one.
Got one?
I just stole it.
Since she's got one blanket, would you like that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I've got one in my
Thank
house
you.
already.
All right. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to come back into open session.
I make a motion that we move to convene in open session.
Motion by Mr. Owens. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Quetch. Any discussion, council? Hearing none. Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Gillian?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Webb.
Aye. And then we need to certify.
I move that the town council certify that in closed session just concluded, nothing was discussed except the matter or matters specifically identified in the motion to convene in closed session and lawfully permitted to be discussed under the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act cited in the motion.
Mr. Owens, do you so certify?
I certify.
Mr. Anderson, do you so certify?
I certify.
Ms. Gillian?
I so certify.
Ms. Quetch?
I so certify.
And Mayor Webb.
I so certify. All right, so back to the appointments to board and committees. First up, we have a Recreation Advisory Commission. We're going to table that one, council, with your permission, to next month. And Kim, if you'll please re-advertise for that. Then we have the Board of Building Code Appeals. We've got an appointment to fill a vacancy for the expired term of Charlie Day, Tandy Rasnick, and Michael Scott. Council, I'd entertain a motion to appoint people for those positions.
I make a motion that we appoint Daniel Swanson, Cullen Barker, and Chris Brewer to the Board of Building Code Appeals.
Motion by Mr. Owens. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Anderson. Any discussion, council? Hearing none, Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Gillian?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Webb.
Aye. We also have the Board of Zoning Appeals, which we're going to table, Kim, and if you'll please re-advertise that one as well. Then we have the District 3 Government Cooperative, an appointment of council representative to fill unexpired term of Mr. James Anderson. I'd entertain a motion to nominate somebody there.
I nominate Councilman Anderson. Trying to be politically correct, but
Well spoken. Motion by Ms. Pillion to nominate Mr. Anderson. Do I have a
stumbled
second?
over my words. Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Quetch. Any discussion, council? Hearing none, Kim, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Gillian?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Webb.
Aye. And last but not least, we do have Sustain Abingdon, appointment to fill vacancy for the unexpired term of Chelsea Golden. I'd open the floor for a motion there.
I want to make a motion to nominate or appoint Kathleen Baker to sustain Abingdon.
All right, motion by Mr. Owens. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Anderson. Any discussion, council? Hearing none, Kim, if you please call the roll.
Mr. Owens?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Ms. Gillian?
Aye.
Ms. Quetch?
Aye.
And Mayor Webb.
Aye. All right, if I haven't missed anything, Pam, Kim, Mike, that brings us to the end of the meeting. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Here, here.
Thank you.